Hello, hello.
All right, my friends, I welcome you to Arrow Arena here in Ashland, Ohio. David Wilson with you. We've experienced some technical setbacks here on our opening night broadcast here for our basketball. We have just reached the half. It is 26-11. The Arrows are leading Willard 26-11. Ashland leading Willard. They led by first quarter. And 26-11 now at halftime. So again, we apologize for the delay in our broadcast. But, we've been working through some technical issues here on press row. Ashland is 1-0, and Willard playing their season opener this evening in girls varsity basketball. And so we have reached the half. Kennedy Lacey, the 5'10 junior forward and reigning OCC Player of the Year, is leading all scorers with 9 points. Lacey scored 25 points and grabbed 11 rebounds in the opening game of the year for the Arrows against Dalton. That was on Friday the 21st in the Barn Ball Classic, a game that Ashland won by a score of 61-56. Lacey a double-double in that game and is off to a 9-point start here in the first half. The Arrows closed the first half on a 12-2 run after leading 14-9. They extended the lead up to 26-11. As you see our score there, you are watching the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network presented by Sarver Paving. Our game tonight also brought to you having unplugged fun for over 100 years. And we are coming to you from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Priest Dental is your hometown dental leader. Proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all of your dental needs. Other scorers in the first half for the Arrows: Madison Hoffman, the senior guard, 6 points. Josie Van Tilburg off the bench scored 1 bucket, 2 points. Grace Tobias, 4 points. CC Story hit a 3. She did not play in the game against Dalton, so she's seeing her first action of the season, knocked down a tray. And Cameron Cox with 2 points, the senior post. She was just shy of a double-double in the first game of the season with 12 points and 9 rebounds against Dalton. So those are the Arrows scorers. Willard, coached by Elena Bedingfield. Only 2 players in the scoring column for Willard. Leah Weiss, the 6-foot junior forward, with 5 points, and Corinne Geddes, the 5'9 senior, with 6. So those 2 players split the scoring duties with 6 and 5 respectively in the first half. The Arrows again led 14-5 at the end of the first quarter, and 26-11 here in the halftime break. This is the first of 3 broadcasts coming up this week on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. We'll be back here on Friday for the season opener for the Ashland boys varsity team, as they will be taking on the Worcester Generals. And then another girls game for you on Saturday afternoon at 1:30. That game will be against Worcester as well. So we've got a couple of Ashland-Worcester games coming up for you this coming weekend. So we are at halftime, and again, great to have you with us here. Obviously, it was a phenomenal football season, and we had a great time covering the Ashland football games again this year, and now getting our basketball portion of the schedule underway in earnest tonight. We apologize for audio troubles that we were trying to work through. Brandon Gunder, our engineer on site, doing a tremendous job as always and trying to help us out, get things squared away. Just some opening night issues that have flared up. We hope you'll bear with us. We do appreciate your great loyalty and viewership on all of our Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network coverage. It's all brought to you by Sarver Paving. Arrows are coming off that great season a year ago in terms of girls basketball, 20-6. They were 11-1 in the OCC. They won the Ohio Cardinal Conference for the first time since 1995. Eventually lost to Notre Dame Academy in the regional semifinal. A 63-27 setback. Arrows competing in Division III, coached by Renee Holt in her 6th season, 41-72. Renee, of course, the tremendous player down the road at Ashland University, where she scored 2,305 points. Friends, as a reminder, the official watch location for Arrows Athletics is the South Street Grill. You're home to catch Arrows Athletics. If you aren't able to attend in person, South Street Grill will carry Arrows basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. Appreciate all the great sponsorship here in the Arrows Broadcasting Network. Our second half is coming up shortly. We're just a couple of minutes away. We will take a brief timeout here. We'll be back with third quarter action, so please stay tuned. We'll have it all for you coming up here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. right, we are about set for action here in the third quarter. Our third quarter play-by-play brought to you by Comfort Control of Ashland. 26-11 Arrows as we go to quarter number 3. Kennedy Lacey leading the way with 9. See who breaks huddle here for the Arrows. The Crimson Flash is a little short-handed tonight without their top scorer, Reese Bedingfield. She's out for at least a few more days, covering from a torn ACL. She averaged 14 points, 10 rebounds a year ago. She's not quite ready for this game this evening. Ashland comes back out with Cox, Hoffman, Lacey, Tobias, and Story starting 5. Hoffman will throw it in to Tobias, the point guard. She had 4 points in the first half. Hoffman with the ball in front court. Swings it to the right. That's Story with it on the right wing. Top of the key. It goes to Hoffman. Down on the left side of the lane. Kicks it out to Lacey. Drives inside. Throws it up off the rim. No, but got fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 shots. The personal will go against Leah Weiss. That's her second. Team foul number 1 here in the third quarter. 26-11. So Lacey to the line for some Connery Manufacturing free throws. Brought to you by our friends at Connery Manufacturing, your wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for over 40 years. Kennedy Lacey last year a 62% foul shooter, and she rims that one out. One more shot coming. Ashland against Willard, a Division V opponent from the Sandusky Bay Conference. Ashland competing in Division III in girls basketball. Lacey shoots and rattles it home. She's in double figures now with 10. It's a 27-11 ball game right now. Here's the inbounds pass. A little full court pressure by the Arrows. It's broken easily by Amelia Tallman of Willard. Gets it to their point guard, Lamaya Hicks. She's a senior, did not score in the first half. Ashland up by 16 points. Hicks kicks it out to Cameron Weirs. Weirs an 8-point average last year, has not gotten into the scoring column yet. Great defense being played by Ashland. There's a steal by Cameron Cox. Feeds it ahead to Grace Tobias. Now Cox, a little give and go, missed the layup. Rebound down to Kennedy Lacey, finds Hoffman in the lane. Her shot rims out. Ball out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Ashland, or is it going to Willard? It looks like it'll be Crimson Flash's ball. Dalen Funk is in the game. She's a senior. She'll inbound it. And some more zone pressure. They get it to Tallman right down the middle of the court to the rim. Knocked away by Cox. Loose ball on the floor, out of bounds, and they say it's going Ashland's way. Arrows are 1-0. Home opener this evening here at Arrow Arena. Here comes Madison Hoffman, the senior with 6 points on the night. Commit to Mount Union to be a 2-sport athlete next year. Bad pass by Cox. It was knocked away, stolen away. Tallman has it for Willard. Flashes on the attack. Geddes. Bounce pass down low. Tallman with a left-hand layup. It's good. That is her first 2. Makes it 27-13. Ashland's lead is 14 points. Another loose ball in the lane. It was picked up by Lacey, and then she was hammered going up for the shot. I think they'll get Corinne Geddes on the foul. Her first, team foul number 2 this quarter. And so Lacey back to the line for some more Connery Manufacturing free throws. Elena Bedingfield not happy with that last call. Thought it was a pretty clean defensive play. Lacey misses the free throw. She's missed a couple this quarter. 27-13. We have 6:23 to go here in the third quarter at Arrow Arena. Kennedy Lacey fires and hits. 11 for Kennedy. It's a 28-13 Ashland lead. Here comes Dalen Funk top of the key. Crossover dribble, gets down the lane, lays it up, and good. Nice move by Daylin Funk. That's her first basket of the season. 28-15. And a bad pass by the Arrows. Stolen away. Amelia Tallman with another steal. Lead pass to Hicks, and she throws it away. Cox stepped in the passing lane. And a pass up court by the Arrows broken up by Tallman. It'll stay Arrows ball. They'll inbound baseline right under their own hoop. A 20-win season last year. Off to a 1-0 start. And leading by 13 here against Willard. Having trouble getting the ball inbounded, and they do finally throw it in to Grace Tobias in front court. She's in between the circles, goes to Hoffman. Quick pass down low. Lacey cutting to the basket. Finishes with the left-hand layup. Kennedy Lacey with 13 now. And it's a 30-15 Ashland lead. 5:35 and counting, third quarter. Hicks uses up the dribble. Guarded closely by Story in the man-to-man. Hicks for Willard. Gets it back now to Tallman, driving. Fouled as she goes up strong for the shot. A reach there by Tobias, and they caught her on the personal. Connery Manufacturing free throws are coming up. Now, Tallman with a couple of free throws coming up here. Last year, a 55% foul shooter, and she misses that one. Time for a Suds substitution. Looks like Josie Van Tilburg comes in for Ashland, and Tobias sits down. Shot up and good by Tallman. She has 3 all here in this third quarter. 30-16. Willard not going away. Bounce pass inside to Lacey. Extra pass Cox. Lost it. And it's picked up by Hicks of Willard. Another turnover. Now inside and a foul. Arrows are going to get called on another foul. This one goes against Van Tilburg. Junior picks up her first. Fouls are even at 2 apiece here in the third quarter. We have 5:06 to go. Girls Varsity home opener here at Arrow Arena. Long shot by Weirs, missed everything. Saved inbounds though, but it goes to the Arrows. Van Tilburg to Lacey. Lob pass, Hoffman. Gets a bounce pass down low. Cox misses the bunny underneath. And the loose ball tracked down by Tallman in the corner for the defensive rebound. Here's Cameron Weirs for Willard. She's 5'11" and a senior. Comes out to set a screen here for Tallman. Lena Bedingfield shouting out some instructions from the bench. 30-16 Ashland. Willard ball. Inside, looking for Weirs, knocked away by Lacey, who stepped in the passing lane. More Suds substitutions here as Bailey Hartman comes in for Ashland, as well as Kaya Hendershot. It's like Cox and Story get breathers on the bench. It's a ball knocked away. Willard keeps it. This is Hicks, the point guard. Hicks picked up in the man-to-man by Hendershot. 4:14 to go. Hicks blows right by her, and down the lane she goes, and off the glass. And that shot is good by Lamaya Hicks. That's her first 2. That makes it 30-18. Hoffman with the ball. Gets it to Lacey on the baseline. It's a nice pass. They work it around the perimeter now. Hoffman has it at the top of the key. Drives on Weirs. Goes to the right block. Goes up strong. Gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2. I think they'll get Weirs on the foul. So foul's mounting right now. That's the 3rd of the quarter. So Hoffman to the line, an 84% foul shooter a year ago. Shot good. She has 7. Makes it 31-18. Another Suds substitution. It's time for Willard as Leah Weiss comes in and Getty's out. Hoffman hits the second. She has 8. It's a 32-18 lead for Ashland. Sid Suds, your go-to for all power washing needs with superheated water. Willard ball, down 14. Tallman with it, bad pass, stolen away. Ashland has it. This is Hendershot, gets underneath and scores. Actually, that was Hoffman. Hoffman with the steal and the bucket. She has 10. They turn defense into offense there, and it's 34-18 Ashland. 3 to go, third quarter. Weir starts the drive, gets to the right baseline, works underneath, reverse layup, good. Cameron Weir's a nice move, and she picks up her first 2 of the ball game. 34-20. They'd like to get her more involved in the offense. Ball with Hoffman right now. Stops at the left elbow. And a whistle and timeout taken here by Renee Holt. Timeout's brought to you by Connery Manufacturing. Trust Connery for all your pump system needs. 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. Ashland up 34-20. Kennedy Lacey pacing all scorers with 13 points. Madison Hoffman with 10 now. Those are your double-figure scores. Corinne Getty still leading Willard with 6, but she has not yet scored here in the second half. Ashland had a 26-11, 15-point lead at halftime. It is now standing at 14 as they talk things over in the huddle. Ashland will play at Mansfield Senior on Wednesday. It'll be a 7:15 game. And Willard will play at home against Crestview also on Wednesday at 7:15. So those are the next games for both of these squads. Willard will have their home opener on Wednesday against the Cougars. Ashland back out on the court. Sturry is back in with Cox. Lacey on the bench right now. Bailey Hartman stays in with Tobias and Hoffman. It will be Ashland ball. They called the timeout. It'll be a baseline inbound. It'll be Sturry to throw it in. Bounces it into traffic, and it's immediately stolen away by Willard. Dalen Funk came up with a loose ball, plays it off to Lamaya Hicks. Hicks in the neon green shoes, and a whistle and a travel. They got Corinne Geddes on the steps, and another turnover against Willard. Substitution coming in. Amelia Tallman had been on the bench for a breather, so she comes in and Funk goes out. Kennedy Lacey will come back in the game as well. And that will mean Bailey Hartman, the junior, goes to the bench. Here come the Arrows now with it. Hoffman angles over to the left. Kennedy Lacey, three-point range, left of the key, drives right to the hoop, lays it off the glass and in. Kennedy Lacey right down the lane. Bedingfield would have liked to have seen somebody get in her way. 36-20 as we check our Simonson Construction Services scoreboard. Simonson Construction serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. Loose ball at the other end. Lacey diving on the deck and forces a jump ball with Hicks. And the arrow is favoring Willard at this juncture. 16-point lead for the Arrows. 1:54 to go here in the third. .54 on the clock. Third quarter. Willard ball. They get it into Cam Weirs. Weirs dribbles it off her knee. Got it back. Tight defense being applied by C.C. Sturry. Top of the key, Amelia Tallman. Back to Weirs on the left wing. Nice screen set. Weirs bounces it to Tallman. There goes a three on the left. She nailed it. Tallman with 6 now. 36-23. Handoff, top of the key, Tobias. Out of Cox. Back to Lacey. She'll hoist a three and nail it. Kennedy Lacey nails a BB and C three. She has 18 now in the game. That makes it 39-23. The basketball now, it's Weiss. Jump shot, Tallman way off the mark this time on the right wing. Rebound comes down to Hoffman of Ashland. She'll take it all the way to the rim, has it stripped away with 49 seconds left. Make it 44. Nope, they called a foul. So they got Tallman on the foul. That is her first, team foul number 4. That's going to send Hoffman to the line. She has 10 points on the night. And the first free throw is up and good, making it a 40-23 ball game. Free throws brought to you by Connery Manufacturing. Wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for over 40 years. Second free throw perfect, 12 for her. It's 41-23. Closing seconds of the third quarter. Here's a steal. Hoffman knocked it away and ends up going out of bounds. She couldn't corral it after knocking down the pass. Ashland pulling away here. They have an 18-point lead on the Flashes, who are shorthanded tonight, playing without Reese Bedingfield. And it comes to Tallman. Tallman bounces it to Weirs. Top of the key, Weiss for Willard. And tight defense being played by the Arrows, exactly what Renee Holt has talked about wanting to see in terms of intense defense. Force a jump ball, and that's going to turn it over to the Arrows. The Arrow favoring the Arrows. 17 seconds left third quarter. Addison Hoffman will bring it up. Hoffman on the bounce in front court, guarded by Weirs. Now 4 to go in the quarter. They get it to Lacey, forces up a shot. It won't go in. She got fouled. Fouled by Dalen Funk, I believe. She'll get the personal, and that will mean 2 free throws for Kennedy Lacey with 1 second left here in the third. She'll try to make it a 20-point game. Here is the shot. She missed it. Missed it short. She's had a tough night shooting from the free throw line. One more coming for the highly regarded junior. Shot no good this time. Too strong, and that's it. Third quarter in the books, and Ashland leads it 41-23. Stay tuned. The all-important fourth quarter is just ahead. You're listening and tuned into the Arrows Broadcasting Network. Well, it's Willard ball to start the fourth quarter. Welcome back to our coverage of Arrows basketball here in the Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. 41-23, and a block by Cameron Cox. And she'll bring the ball up court, finds Tobias on a fast break. Missed the layup, though. And a whistle and a foul is called on the rebound. They're going to get Cox on a on the back call. That'll be her second foul. Coming to you live and direct from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Priest Dental is your hometown dental leader. Proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all your dental needs. Fourth quarter play-by-play also brought to you by Comfort Control, proud sponsor of AHS basketball. Inside it goes to Hicks. Quick pass down low. It's Geddes. Turnaround from about 10. No good. Straight on. The rebound to Cox. Lead pass ahead to Story. Waits on the trailer. Hoffman has it on the right wing. Skip pass. Cross court to Tobias. Hands it off to Lacey. Guarded closely by Weiss. Starts to make her move. A little crossover dribble. Goes down the left side and had it stuffed. And it goes out of bounds. There's Say. It will stay Arrows' ball. Weiss the last to touch it. Van Tilburg comes in on a Sid Suds substitution by Renee Holt. Tobias gets a break. Lacey. It over to Story. Van Tilburg, the Lacey inside. Little shovel pass to Hoffman coming down the lane. Throws it off the glass. No. Cox the turnaround on the putback. It won't go. Hangs on the rim but falls off. And then a jump ball on the rebound. It'll go to Willard, I believe. Jump ball favors Willard, and now they will bring it up. 41-23. No one has yet scored here in the fourth quarter. 6:43 in regulation. Arrows with a comfortable lead. Hicks underneath misses the wide open shot, and then Van Tilburg was the last to touch it underneath. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay Willard ball. Elena Bedingfield in her third year. A Willard graduate in 2000. Here's a steal by Lacey. She'll bring it down against Weirs. Got to the right block, puts it up and in. Kennedy Lacey hits the 20-point mark. 43-23. Arrows now with their largest lead of 20 points. They get it underneath quickly to Geddes. She scores. She has 8 points. 43-25. 6:07 in regulation. Here's Hoffman now with it. On the left, 3-point range. Starts to bring it back to the corner. Hands it off. That is Story with it. She has it stolen away. Lead pass ahead to Geddes. She puts it up, and that bounces in. So the turnover costs the Arrows. Geddes with back-to-back baskets, and it's 43-27. A big collision and a charging foul called against the Arrows. Lacey guilty of the charge. Elena Bedingfield was saying before the game that her team loves to take charges. One of the things they really concentrate on. And that time they drew the charge from Lacey. It's her first foul of the night. So no problem there. 5:25 to go. We're in the fourth quarter at Arrow Arena. Arrows and Crimson Flashes of Willard. Here's Hicks faking a three on the left. Goes to Weiss. Underneath, Geddes scoops it up with the left hand and scores. She has 12 points, and Renee Holt going to take a timeout. This will be a full timeout. 43-29. That's a 6-0 run for Willard. Bedingfield, Willard legend herself, All-Ohio first team as a senior. And then became a Hall of Famer at AU. Scoring 1,200 points and grabbing over 700 rebounds in her career that ended back in 2004. Bedingfield and Renee Holt share that same distinction of playing basketball at Ashland University. And our next broadcast here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving, is Friday, when the boys will have their season opener against Worcester. And then the ladies will be at home against Worcester on Saturday afternoon at 1:30. We'll have that one for you as well. We will get our video issues resolved and get back to our normal YouTube presentation. Bringing you this old-fashioned radio broadcasting here tonight. Here come the Arrows as we're back to action. 43-29. Quick 6-0 run by Willard. They're within 14. Get it down low, Lacey. Turnaround, rattles out, and the rebound pulled down by Leah Weiss of Willard. Long pass ahead, goes to Amelia Tallman, and she throws it away. Cox steps in the passing lane, finds Hoffman. Here come the Arrows on the break, 3-on-2, and now everybody catches up. Lacey backs it out. Hoffman has the ball. She has 12 points, now down low. Cox cutting to the basket, give Hoffman the assist. Cox with the bucket. She has 4 points. It's now 45-29. 4:17 to go, fourth quarter. Tallman has the ball, gets it over to Weirs. Hicks inside. There's a jump shot on the way by Geddes. That one won't go. Hoffman races out of there with the rebound. She'll bring it across the timeline. Arrows run the half-court offense, and they don't run it very long. Hoffman shoots 3 and misses it. The rebound comes down to Leah Weiss of Willard. Crimson flashes on the attack. Jump shot on the way. Left side good by Amelia Tallman. She has 9 points, all of them here in the second half. 45-32 now, and a whistle and a 30-second timeout taken by Renee Holt. Our post-game show is coming up. Just a reminder that timeouts are brought to you by Connery Manufacturing for your pump system needs. Tonight's game also brought to you by Headstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. 3.5 minutes to go here in regulation. Ashland trying to get off to a 2-0 start. With the 20-win season a year ago, the Arrows took a beating in their first game of the season with a lopsided loss against Norwalk. So they get off to a 2-0 start here. Will be decidedly better than the way last year started, although they certainly recovered from that and ended up with a campaign to remember with 20 wins. Here's Kennedy Lacey with the ball. She's had a nice night, 20 points. She'll dump it off to Cox, low right block, got under the hoop, reverse layup, no good. The rebound, loose on the floor. Weirs had it, but then Cox stole it away. Arrows will keep it. There's a pass to Van Tilburg, nice feed down low. Tobias misses the layup, rebound to Cox. She tried to jam it inside and does so to Lacey, and she scores. 22. Lacey using the board, and that bank shot brought to you by Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate for all your real estate needs right here in Ashland. That's Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate. 2:43 to go, 47-32, back to a 15-point lead, and Lacey up to 22 points. And there's a steal by Lacey. Took it away from Weiss, and she'll bring it right up the court. 3-on-1 in favor of the Arrows. Lacey dishes off to Van Tilburg, and she scores. She has 4 points. Now it's 49-32. 4 quick points for the Arrows, and it's back to a 17-point lead. Underneath, all alone, they lost Weirs, and she scores 4 points for her now. 49-34. Left side, Tobias, the senior point. And she'll take it right to the hoop. Lays it up and left it short. Rebound to Cox, and she puts it up and in. Offensive rebound and the putback, and Cox has half a dozen. Arrows with 51 on the board. It's 51-34. Long three set up there by Tallman. Not there. The rebound to Lacey. Now just 1.5 minutes to go, and a foul coming up the court as Hicks gets called on a reach-in against Kennedy Lacey, who has 22 points on the night. Hicks with her first foul. foul number 1. Not bonus time. It's not a shooting foul. Cox gets the ball underneath, and that is a shooting foul. Leah Weiss with the hack. And some more Connery Manufacturing free throws are upcoming. That'll send Cox to the line. It's foul number 4 on Leah Weiss. Cox is first, up and perfect. Cox last year a 53% foul shooter. Averaged 7.5 points a game for Renee Holt. 52-34, one more shot coming. 3 dribbles and shot is airborne, and she got it. 8 for her. 53-34, 1:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. Driving, Funk passes off, and the shot by Geddes won't fall. 1:18 on the clock. Here comes Kennedy Lacey into front court. Arrows can take some air out of the ball here, leading it by 19. Story has the ball in front court. Willard still in the man-to-man. Arrows will run the offense. Cox posting up. They try to get it to her. Now she's double-teamed, and it's off of her leg and out of bounds. Turnover against the Arrows. Arrows have had this one under control since the opening tip. Here's a steal taken away from Weirs. And in the backcourt, Story has it. She'll get it to Lacey. 45 seconds on the clock. Weirs trying to take it away from Lacey. Now they get it to Van Tilburg, and there goes the 3, and she made it. 7 for Van Tilburg. A BB&C Car Care 3-pointer. Don't walk. Keep your car running smoothly with regular oil changes at BB&C Car Care. Geddes a driving layup. She scores and has 14 points. 56-36. 20-point advantage for the Arrows. Now just 10 seconds left, and the Arrows will not attempt another shot, I don't believe. Lacey has the ball, and she'll just dribble out the remaining time, and this one is history. Final buzzer, and it's official from Arrow Arena. Ashland cruises to a non-conference win here in their home opener by a final score of 56-36 over the Willard Crimson Flashes. Stay tuned. We'll continue on from Arrow Arena with our post-game show in just a moment. And your final score, Ashland 56 and Willard 36. And we'll have more to come in just a moment on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Arrows basketball here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Welcome to our post-game show. The Arrows win it tonight over Willard by a score of 56-36. Our post-game show brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at Janney.com for all of your financial needs. Our post-game stat recap brought to you by your hometown law leader, law offices of Andrew Bush, located right here in Ashland, Ohio. Checking the scoring here for the Arrows. Madison Hoffman, 12 points, 6 in the first, 6 in the second half. Van Tilburg off the bench tonight with 7, including a late 3. Grace Tobias scored 4 points in the ball game tonight, running the point for the Arrows. Kennedy Lacey led all scorers with 22. She had 9 in the first half, finished with a game-high 22. 3 points for CeCe Story, and Cam Cox finished with 8 in the ball game. Cox with 6 of her 8 coming in the second half. For Willard, they were led by the 14 points of Corinne Geddes, 9 for Amelia Tallman. Cam Weirs had 4, Lamaya Hicks 2, Leah Weiss 5. Dalen Funk off the bench with 2 points for the Crimson Flashes, who start the season at 0-1. Ashland now 2-0 on the season. Arrows led the game 14-5 after the first, 26-11 at halftime, extended the lead out to 41-23 after 3, and 56-36 is your final score. Our player of the game tonight is Kennedy Lacey. The junior finished with 22 points after knocking in 25 against Downton in the season opener, so she is off to a great start. Player of the game delivered by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com. That's TRUAX Printing.com. Arrows win 56-36. Again, their next game is Wednesday on the road against Mansfield Senior. That'll be a 7:15 tip. They'll be here at home on Saturday afternoon at 1:30 against Worcester. Be our next girls basketball broadcast. The boys will be at home on Friday night for a 7:30 tip against Worcester as well. That'll be our next broadcast here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, hosted by YouTube. Big buckets tonight off of steals and forcing turnovers for the Arrows. That really determined some of these Ashland runs tonight. It was 14-9, and then the Arrows went on a major run heading into halftime. Take that commanding 26-11 lead into the locker room. A lot of those came off steals and buckets. They kept the defensive intensity up all night and overwhelmed somewhat of a undermanned Willard team who had only 6 active players available for this season opener this evening. Willard coming off a 17-win season a year ago. They have everybody back, including Reese Bedingfield. When she's healthy, she will give this team quite a boost in terms of their offensive potential. Where are we going here next, Greg? All right. I think that's going to wrap it, guys. Well, we appreciate you hanging with us through some of our technical issues tonight. Brennan Gunder at the controls has been working hard. We'll get all of this straightened out, and we'll be back ready to go with our regular video presentation on Friday for the boys' game against Worcester. And then plenty of basketball forthcoming as we have a full home season for both boys and girls basketball coming to you from Arrows Arena this 25-26 campaign. David Wilson now saying goodbye from Arrow Arena. Again, the final score tonight, it was Ashland 56, Willard 36. You've been watching the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network presented by Sarber Paving.